Hello my dear children, welcome back in my SST class. Today we are going to discuss the remaining part of the second chapter of your civics book, and that is diversity and discrimination. Today's learning goals are inequality and discrimination, on being discriminated against, striving for equality, the constitution and respect for diversity. So let's start with inequality and discrimination. Prejudice against a person or a group of people often gives rise to discrimination. Discrimination means to treat a person in an unfair way. Because of the prejudice we may have against people belonging to another region or caste, we end up treating them wrongfully. Hence, the diversity in India at times becomes a source of discrimination. Certain groups of people may be discriminated against because they are poor or because they follow a different religion. You probably recall from the previous chapter about Samir Ek and Do. Samir Ek and Do were different from each other in many ways. Caste system has formed the basis of our social structure for hundreds of years. In our society, certain occupations are considered more respectable than others. Previously in India, temple priests who conducted religious ceremonies were considered belonging to the upper caste. Activities such as cleaning garbage, cutting hair, or disposing dead bodies were considered unclean and unholy. People who performed this were considered to be untouchable. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? According your book, Dalits were called untouchable. Okay, Dalit is a term that people belonging to so-called lower caste used to address themselves. They prefer this word to untouchable. Dalit means those who have been broken. This word, according to Dalit, shows how social prejudice and discrimination have broken the Dalit people. The government refers to this group of people as scheduled caste. Although in many parts of India things have changed with the passage of time, but untouchability still exists in several places. Poverty is another major cause of both inequality and discrimination. Poor people are often treated differently and unfairly at their workplace or in the educational institutions. In India, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar fought for the rights for the Dalit community. He was born into the Mahar caste, which was considered untouchable. The Mahar were poor and owned no land. They lived outside the main village and were not allowed to enter the village. Dr. Ambedkar was the first person from his caste who encouraged Dalit to send their children to school and college. He also urged to Dalit to take on all kinds of government jobs in order to move out the caste system. He led many efforts of Dalits to gain entry into the temples. In 1947, when India became free from the British rule, the leaders and the makers of the Constitution of India were aware of the inequalities that existed in our society. You know what is the meaning of Constitution? Constitution means a set of basic rules according to which the government of a country runs. It is called Constitution. So the Indian Constitution grants the right to equality to all the citizens of India. Every citizen is considered equal and has equal rights and opportunities. Everyone is treated equally before the law, and the government cannot discriminate against anyone while appointing someone for government job. In fact, special benefits have been made for the women and people belonging to the certain caste or tribes by reserving seats for them in state-aided educational institutions. Now, we are going to discuss the Indian Constitution. Already we discussed about the meaning of Constitution. Constitution means a set of basic rules according to which the government of a country runs. These rules state the distribution of power and authority. The Constitution also states the limit to this power and authority. All the institutions of government work within the provisions of Constitution. The Indian Constitution is a written constitution which was prepared between 9th December 1946 and 26 November 1949 by the members of the Constituent Assembly. In this, fundamental principles of the government are formally written. This helped to avoid any kind of conflict. Being a democratic country, the Indian Constitution provides some basic rights to all its citizens. These are called fundamental rights. These are right to equality, right to freedom of speech and expression, right against exploitation, right to constitutional remedies, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right. Okay, so you can see the first page of the constitution that clearly states that all Indians are entitled to equality of status and opportunity in your book. You will find out some important terms in Indian preamble. So the next question, what is Indian preamble? Preamble means an introductory part of the constitution. Okay, and some important terms are sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. We will discuss one by one. Now, we are going to discuss all these terms. First one, sovereign. It means that country is free to take its own decisions, both internal and external matter. Socialist. Government establishes society based on social and economic equality. Secular. It implies that there is no official or state religion in India. People are free to practice and propagate any religion. Democratic. The word democratic implies that supreme power lies in the hand of the people. Republic. A republic is a state which has an elected heads. Some ideals of the constitution are justice, liberty, equality. Justice means the social, economic and political justice. Liberty means freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of faith and worship. Equality means equal opportunity among all. And last one, the fraternity. Fraternity means implies universal brotherhood. Okay, so I think you have got a clear concept about this chapter. We will meet in our next class. Bye.